How is everyone doing today? We'll get started in just a couple minutes. I'm just checking to make sure that we are all good to go. All right. Let's see. All right. All right. Perfect. All right, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's move my camera a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know what the good. If I move there. There we go. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're up. We made it. We did it. We're here. My apologies for being a little behind today, right? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome to Morning Flow. My name is Dr. Steele, where we get started for our day. We get prepared. We stretch our bodies. We get our bodies moving a little bit. We'll do a little bit of meditation, a little bit of journaling, and then we'll plan our day, and then we'll be done. Boom, boom, right? And just how we're going to start our day with intention, right? And with purpose and with discipline. And that way we're able to carry a healthy mindset, which then allows us to be, more emotionally balanced during the day. All right, so a little bit of movement, right? We're going to begin, right? So we're just going to go ahead and take a deep breath. And I'm kind of itchy today. I think I didn't drink enough water. So let's just wake up. Let's roll our shoulders. Roll our shoulders. Go ahead and roll them back. And now forward. And back. And then forward. It's a little chilly this morning as well. Hasn't quite warmed up yet in our day. We have an open air house, so we feel the nature. So nice forward and back. All right. Oh, big inhale this morning. Up and down. Down the center, up. And exhale down. Down the center. And exhale down. Down the center. Exhale down. Right, there we go. All right, so now let's go open up our shoulders, both sides alternating. And we're just trying to warm ourselves up. There we go. And then open up both sides. And then single arm again, single arm again, single arm again, single arm again. Both sides. Both sides. And then both sides, go ahead and stop and hold. Get all my yawns out. All right, stop and hold. Just to open up in small little pulses. Small little pulses to open everything up. All right, now go to the side. We're going to do circles, little arm circles. Little tiny arm circles to the front. Do that for about a minute, and then we'll switch the other way. Goodness. And switch to the back. All right, and down the center, up and 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 up. Big breath. Big breath. Big breath. All right, cool. So our arms should be nice and warm now. Go ahead and shake it out. Now we're going to take our neck, left, right. Big inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Big inhale. So inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Back to the center, right? We're going to go back and down. Inhale and exhale. And 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 inhale and exhale. All right. Oof, I got to get all those yawns out, all those itchies out. Oh my gosh, so much going on. So we definitely want to make sure we drink plenty of water today. I definitely did not drink enough water yesterday, so I need to make sure that I drink more today, especially because my skin is just itchy. So I drink some, but definitely not enough. All right, so now let's go ahead and do a back extension. So we're going to go up, and then we're just going to extend back, right? So nice stretch up, and inhale to the center. Inhale to the center. Inhale to the center. One last time. Inhale to the center. Very good. And we're going to go through our rounds of cat-cow. Hands on our knee. Inhale. Morning, Deborah. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Very good. All right. Now we're going to open up our hips a little bit, just little circles just to kind of open ourselves up. So we're going to wobble around, circles, 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 circles. And we're going to kind of rotate our pelvis a little bit. They have these like little wobbly chair things that are so good for you because it really works on your abdomen, works on your back, works on all kinds of things. So just nice little tiny circles wherever you are, just to open up your hips, open up your joints, open up all the things, get the synovial fluid going. Perfect. All right, big inhale. Okay, some morning flow. There you go. So a little bit of movement just to wake the body up, wake the mind up. Obviously, you can see I'm still kind of sleepy, so helps to wake up the body, the mind, get the blood flow going. I already feel super energized, right? Okay, I'm going to warm up my legs just a little bit, and we'll finish out and go into our meditation. So inhale, bring your knee up, exhale. Inhale, bring your knee up, and exhale. Inhale, bring your knee up, and exhale one last time. Inhale, bring your knee up. Good. And other side. Inhale, bring your knee up and relax. Inhale, bring your knee up and relax. Inhale, bring your knee up and relax. Inhale. Bring your knee up and relax. One more time. Inhale. Bring your knee up and relax. Very good. All right. Okay. So all this week we've been learning about the subconscious mind. We've been learning all about our perceptions, our beliefs. Today we're going to be talking about core beliefs, which are deep, deep perceptions about ourselves, right? So when we greet the day, right, when we meet the day, however our minds were thinking the previous evening while we were sleeping, it's kind of been marinating all in the day. So in the morning, what we want to do is we want to change our mind, we want to change our perception, and we want to get clear. So today what we're going to do is we're just going to be present, right? But then we're going to do segment intending, so we're just going to intend our day today, right? And just a really simple exercise, a few minutes long, just to teach us intention and really shifting, right? Okay. So big inhale. And big inhale, exhale. So how do you feel now? Get present in the moment. How do you feel? How do you think? What thoughts are running around? What emotions are happening? Where are you at mentally, emotionally, spiritually? Just kind of get aware. Become aware. Now think about all the various things that you have, tasks you have to complete moving forward in your day, right? And go ahead and visualize each step of the process, right? So visualize yourself, finishing up this class and, perhaps taking a shower or working out some more or whatever's on your agenda. I want you to really focus on it, right? But focus on how you want to feel. Not just you doing the task, but how you want to feel doing the task, completing the task, that sort of thing. How do you want to feel? Do you want to feel accomplished? Do you want to feel productive? Do you want to feel supported? Do you want to feel loved? How do you want to feel today? How? And go ahead and create that. Create that space for yourself today, in your mind's eye. And I want you to visualize, imagine, picture, and pretend with your logic, your voice, your reason, your keen decision making. I want you to have that emotion, right? Whether it's support, love, encouragement, whatever it may be. I want you to allow that emotion to take over. Take over everything, right? I want you to feel it. Just allow yourself to be with all of it, all the things, right? Just kind of settle in to your day. Remember, we're trying to get accomplished about 3 to 5 things in our day. And perhaps as we're doing these, we're feeling enthusiastic, we're feeling motivated, we're feeling excited. And maybe after we finish it, we're feeling accomplished, productive, happy. Right? And we're just sitting and we're embodying, hey, tatted kisses. We're just sitting and embodying that, right? And being present in the moment. So yesterday, when we were starting to work on our beliefs, right, we were talking about kind of where these beliefs come from and how we hold on to them, but we didn't really talk about shifting them, right? We talked about it, right, of course, but let's look at it practically. So think about, let's go ahead and practice now. So bring up an experience, a perception, just something that, a belief that you're working through. Whether that belief is I'm not good enough or I'm not perfect or whatever that is, right? And in your mind's eye, I want you to ask yourself, when did I create this belief? When did I create this? How old was I? How old was I when I created this belief? Right? And ask yourself, why did I create this belief? How does this belief serve me? Right? As we begin to get present, right? To this emotion, just go ahead and be with whatever's coming up, whatever thoughts, whatever feelings. Really, the first step is about acknowledgement and validation, not about changing or fixing, but just validating and holding space for this emotion or this thought or this belief or whatever it is. Now, as you begin to acknowledge this feeling, thought, idea, and perception, or this belief, right? Now I want you to work on shifting it, right? So let's shift it to something a little bit different. Maybe something more neutral, right? So if it's a negative belief, right? Like I'm not good enough, right? Maybe we're going to get to neutral. So even though I believe on some level that I'm not good enough, I know deep down that I am good enough, right? So that's how we would get it to neutral, right? I acknowledge how I feel in the affirmative, right? I acknowledge the negative emotion, right? However, at the same time, right? I know that I can change this. I know that I don't have to sit with this emotion. I know that this is just an outcome of my thoughts and my feelings in this moment, but it's up for interpretation. Not my emotion, but shifting it. So once we get to neutral with our emotion, right, we're not so negative or pessimistic with it. Once we get to neutral, we're like, okay, yeah. Even though I felt that I wasn't good enough before, I know deep down that was a lie, right? And so now that I'm at neutral, right, now what do I want to create? I give myself permission to create joy, abundance, happiness, peace, right? Because let's face it, if you're coming out of I'm not good enough, right, the world now is completely open to all the possibilities. Excuse me. Right? So start to reach and play for those positive emotions now, right? Those positive beliefs. And you may not be able to grasp onto them completely, but it's really just about beginning to shift from that negative into the neutral, then to the positive, right? So getting ourselves to neutral, right? Sometimes can be difficult, especially if we are feeling a lot of emotion. So if we're feeling a lot of emotion, we'll say things like, I touch, I feel, I love, I breathe, I stay. These are all things, right, to help us solidify us back into this moment, to get present in this moment, to make shifts. So continue working with this new belief, right? Whether it is, I'm good enough or I'm powerful. It has to be empowered, so it's got to help you feel like you're going to expand, right? Remember, a limiting belief is one that makes you contract out of fear. One is fear and one is love. We want to choose love, right? Yeah. Big breath. we get settled, centered into stillness, right? Big breath one more time, centered into stillness. Big breath last time. Center into stillness. Nice. All right, big inhale. Arms up. Big inhale. Arms up. Big inhale. Arms up. All right, shake it out. Cool. So we did a little bit interesting things with that. So we intended our day, right? We picked out one negative belief. We worked with that belief. We shifted it from the negative to the neutral, and then from the neutral to the positive. So this is a process, right? It's multiple stages. And the reason why we start with the day first is because we want to really see if any sort of beliefs come up, right? If any sort of negativity starts to swirl up, because those are, beliefs that we want to address immediately, right? So it gives us new information. So when we allow ourselves the freedom to express and be and whatever, one of the best affirmations I love is I'm safe, right? I love that because telling myself and affirming myself that I'm safe, right, allows my subconscious now to go, okay, great, you're safe now. So here's all the stuff that you missed, right? And so it really allows the subconscious mind to come forward, right, which is I really like, so that we can be able to access and see what's really going on, right? So very nice there. All right, perfect. Okay, so grab your journal, right, and just go ahead and write down. I'm not going to give you a formal journal prop today. I just want you to write, because I know a lot has been kind of coming up and swirling and all kinds of stuff. So go ahead and just take a few minutes and just write down how you're feeling about life, about the world. Ugh. It'll take like hours before I stop doing that. Right? And I'm just going to jot down how I'm feeling in this moment right now. What's coming up? Do I feel positive? Do I feel negative? Do I feel neutral? How does my body feel? How does my mind feel? How do your emotions feel? How does all of it feel? Right? So as you begin to write down how you're feeling, just connect. Is there any beliefs that need to be shifted? Is there any new stories you need to start telling yourself? Is there any old stories you need to let go of? What's there right on the surface for you? What's there in the surface? Yeah. And I always like to use journaling as a way just to kind of dump everything out of my mind. So I get clear, I get focused, I'm not taking anything, with me during the day. If while I'm doing this exercise, I think, oh yeah, I have to do this, I write it down. Oh yeah, I have to do this, I write it down. Oh yeah, right? Because we know next is planning our day. So we kind of start journaling, getting the flow going, getting our thoughts, getting our emotions, getting our whole vibe down, right? And then eventually go, okay, I got everything out. I've gotten my beliefs out. I'm pretty clear about what it is that I want. I'm shifting these negative emotions, right? I'm acknowledging what I'm feeling, right? Ooh. Good morning, Black is Beautiful. I think I fell asleep on Sean's live last night. I was like, oh, I'm going to go to sleep early. Why am I on Sean's live? Yes, blessed high rising. Blessed love, blessed high rising. Yes, I totally did. I totally fell asleep. Yeah, I woke up. I don't even know what live I was in. So funny. I was like, oh man, because that feeling when you're kind of in the drift mode. I'm like, I should jump off, but then I'm like, oh no, I love it so much. Oh my gosh, was there like total craziness? Oh no, I'll have to see what happened. Yeah, I totally conked out. Oh lordy, jeez Louise. So glad that we are channeling and getting clear with our day. Whatever funky little thoughts we've picked up from other people or the day before, we're going to get those all out on paper. We're going to examine them. We're going to look at them. We're also going to realize that we are a sovereign being. And this is such an empowering belief that I really had to embody as an empath, right? And I don't classify myself as an empath by any stretch of the imagination, but because of the trauma and the hypervigilance and all of that, right, I was deeply empathetic. And I am deeply empathetic. However, I have boundaries now, right? So any sort of little funky belief or funky thought that other people kind of throw out there, I use my journal and I process through it. So I don't take on what they have, right? I literally just give it over to a piece of paper every day, right? And it's really just to get into the habit of not carrying people's stuff, but dumping people's stuff, right? So if you have somebody on your mind or you have an event on your mind, this is also a good way to dump it out as well, especially before you start the day so that you can be more open and aware and all the things, right? Oh my gosh. Morning. All right, just finish up your journaling for the day, right? And I know it's not as structured, we kind of threw some beliefs out there, we threw some days out there, this is really just to get into the practice of journaling. I'll get back to a structured prompt, I promise. But I want you to just be able to allow the subconscious mind to explore without rules, right? Because so many of us are so conditioned to have a prompt, have a this, have a that, right? That we become stifled and unable to even operate without those structures. So, and while those structures are helpful, I really want you to start kind of playing around with your mind and kind of figuring and sifting and sorting and all of those things, right? And just get into a practice of, I would say a few times a day, like morning, afternoon, evening. I would really just spend some time just kind of data dumping, as I like to say. I like get the junk out of my brain. So in the morning I'll do it, in the afternoon I'll do it, in the evening I'll do it. Just to make sure I'm clearing, I don't want to hold on to anything. Right. So again, one of these empowering thoughts. So let's say limiting belief is I take on everybody's stuff around me, right? An empowering belief that I would want to shift to is I'm a sovereign being, right? I'm a sovereign being. So being a sovereign being means that I'm independent, right? Means that I can move however I move. I'm not attached to people, places, situations, circumstances, and events. So there's something called survivor's guilt. And when I did a lot of healing my trauma, what came up for me, and this was more on my native line, not as much on my African line. It came up a little bit, but especially on the native line, Black is Beautiful, this really came up, so definitely pay attention to this. It was survivor's guilt. So when, part of my people was genocide, right, and let's say I was one of the remaining people left over, right? People only talk about kind of the people that were unalived. They don't talk about the people that were left over, right? And what the terror, the mental, the emotional. So what I found for me is that drove my savior complex, that drove my rescuer, that drove there was nothing I could do on the psychological realm. This was spiritual, because my soul, right, was trying to save, right, people that I wasn't able to save before, and it was literally unconscious. So that is a lot of where my savior complex at one point in my life had come from. Now I've healed it, right? I don't have a savior complex anymore, right? But I used to, right? I used to, really bad. And being open-hearted and loving and all, it's totally normal to do that, right? But if you're sensitive and your energy is really porous, you can take on other people's stuff and carry it. And you don't want to do that because it'll make you sick, right? So I am a sovereign being, right? I'm empowered. I'm healing. I'm more and more defined in who I am. I know who I am. I love who I am. I support who I am. I'm encouraged about who I am, right? And this is all around solidifying your identity and your self-concept, who you see yourself in as the world, right? I see myself as a healer. I see myself as a teacher. I see myself as a student. I see myself, as whomever, right? As a sovereign being, right? I am a sovereign being. This came really handy when I'd have people like yelling at me, right? So again, I had practiced in Virginia for 15 years. Not everyone likes to hear the truth. In fact, some people really are adamantly opposed to hearing the truth. So I'm a truth speaker, right? So it's not really like I can abbreviate or modify the truth. So when I would say the truth and people weren't ready for the truth, they would react, right? And a lot of times they would react badly. So they would scream, they would yell, they would call me names, whatever, right? But what happened was I got really good, right, at being a sovereign being, right? Because a sovereign being is unaffected by anybody's reaction, right? A person can react literally right in front of me, right? And I can just reclaim my energy. I am a sovereign being. I am a sovereign being. I pull myself back. I am a sovereign being. I am unique and independent. I know that I'm in perfect order regardless of appearances, whether I believe it or not. Everything is in perfect order regardless of appearances, whether I believe it or not. I'm loving, I'm kind, I'm sensitive, I'm supported. And because of that, right, I need to ensure that I am a sovereign being, right? I am a sovereign being so that I can keep my peace, right? And I can leave others in their peace. And so it is, right? So this inner conversation, this inner dialogue, right? It can happen on paper, right? It can happen in your mind. It can happen with your speech. But this inner conversation and this inner shifting, right, of your world, of your inner world and your inner reality, right? What it is you're doing, you're not trying to ignore or avoid or repress or deny the external. What you're trying to do is you're trying to influence your thought patterns, your emotions, so that now your actions, your behaviors are different, right? Because if my actions and behaviors are different, I'm going to get a different result than I'm getting now, right? So if I continue to self-abandon and choose other people ahead of myself, right, I am not going to be good to myself or anyone. So I recognize this habit. I recognize this pattern. I recognize when I created it. I recognize why I created it. And now I'm choosing to let this go with love. Because I'm a sovereign being. I'm choosing to let this go. I'm willing to do my part. I'm willing to see this differently. Thank you, God, angels, universe, for bringing this to my attention, for helping me to see, for helping me to be aware, for helping me to create, for helping me to manifest, for helping me along my way, right? So these are all inner conversations that you can have, journaling exercises that you can have with yourself to keep yourself going, right? Yeah. All right. So now the last section is planning our day. So you're going to, again, grab your notebook, right? Write out a list of 3 to 5 things you're going to do today, right? I'm going to have to go and renew my driver's license today here in St. Lucia. So that is what I'm up to today. And I've got some patient stuff and all the things, right? So I write down a few things I have to do. Then I say, okay, best thing to leave and do things early in the morning in St. Lucia. So I'll probably work out a little bit, take a shower, etc., get dressed, then I'll jump out, right? And I make room. I don't cram everything in. I make room in my schedule, right? I go, okay, there's going to be this, and there's going to be this, and there's going to be this. And I give myself 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Sometimes I even give myself an hour in between, just so that I can relax. I can do this, I can do that. I can, stop and grab this, stop and grab that. I don't like to feel rushed. If I feel rushed, my nervous system is rushed. My nervous system is rushed, I get stressed, right? So I like to keep my nervous system nice and relaxed. I like to keep my timing nice and relaxed. So when you're building your schedule today, right, 3 to 5 tasks, you want to put those in your schedule. You want to tell your time what to do. You also want to put in your food, right? When are you going to eat? When are you going to prep your food? How is this going to happen, right? So I put all that in there. And a lot of times I'll do the same kind of routine or schedule most days during the week. Again, if I have to leave the house, a little bit different. But, for the most part, my schedule's pretty consistent and pretty much the same, right? So if I've already kind of established my schedule, right, I want to now affirm, what do I want to feel, right, when I'm doing these tasks? Do I want to feel accomplished? Do I want to feel productive? Do I want to feel supported? Do I want to feel encouraged? What is it that I want to feel? What is the gain that I want to get from this? So getting present to that. Literally, you can sit, listen to me yawn for the whole time. As we're just organizing our schedule, doing our journaling. I'll have to work on getting like a little bar. I have to work on the system with this that says like journal time, right? So if you're just joining us, we're in morning flow. I know, I've been yawning all morning. So morning flow, we've done 15 minutes worth of movement, 15 minutes worth of meditation, 15 minutes worth of journaling, and then 15 minutes of planning our day. We tell our time what to do, right, which we love. And we also just want to honor ourselves, honor our state, honor our emotions, how we're feeling in the moment. And that way it gives us an opportunity to shift into a new story, right? So we get to create a story for our day. One of the most favorite things my mom always says to me is, make it a good day, Erica, right? And so this gives me the power back to choose what kind of day I want to have, right? Do I want to have a productive day? Do I want to have a stressful day? Do I want to have a relaxed day? What kind of day do I want? And this is up to me, okay? I'm allowed to choose whatever state that I want. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now you wrote down all the stuff from last night, right? Now, what did you make that mean? What did you make that mean about the group? What did you make that mean about yourself? What did you make all that stuff mean? And you want to isolate that down, what you made that mean. Because we're meaning-making machines, right? So we make meaning out of everything. So what did you make those interactions mean? About yourself, about them, about the world. Woof! Goodness. Those late night TikToks. That's what that is. Right? So after you determine what you made that mean, right? Okay, so you made that mean. So what you made that mean is that you're a failure because you can't protect other people. So do you have a core belief of I'm a failure or I'm not good enough? Because remember, it's not your responsibility. Remember, nobody came out and they said, okay, Black is beautiful. Here we have written on the scrolls, right? We've written on the scrolls, and here is your anointing that you are the Operation Save-A-Ho attendant, right? Hello, Hist-Abe comment section. Hello, Hist-Abe comment section. Hello, comment section, right? So if we make that mean something, right? Because we're trying to cover something up within ourselves, some sort of insecurity. So if I'm not good enough, right? So weird. If I'm not good enough, right? And so is this ultimately true? Is it ultimately true that I'm not good enough? Yes or no, right? Let's say you say yes, right? I'm not good enough. Let's say I'm being dramatic today. Okay, do I want this to be true? Yes or no? Right? Most people will say no. And if I don't want this to be true, what do I want to be true instead? Right? What do I want to be true instead? I want to be true instead, right? That I'm here to support those who want my support, right? I'm enough. I'm loved. I'm accepted. I'm supported. I'm encouraged. I'm structured. I'm disciplined. Anything you want, right? Because it's not about them. They're just a mirror. That's all they are. They're just a mirror for you to gain access to seeing yourself in a new light, in a new way of being. That's all it is. And that's why we want to avoid people a lot of times, because we get triggered, right? Oh, okay. Hi, my life. We're a little sensitive around here. We're like, who are you? What are you? What are you talking about? You know, TikTok is such a crazy place. People say the darndest things, right? Okay, so if you're working with that I'm not enough, you're working with the self-love, you're working with the encouragement, you're working with that, right? Now, you're not just going to write it down, you're going to embody it, you're going to feel it. So, big inhale, right? What would it feel? I'm enough. I'm enough. I'm enough. I'm enough. I'm enough. Please forgive me for not seeing that I'm enough. Thank you for seeing that I am enough. Right? I recognize that not only am I more than enough, I'm worthy, I'm accomplished, I'm supported, and I know who I am. And because I know who I am, and I know my worth, and I know my truth, I recognize that I choose now who I help based off of them asking and me helping, right? So it's really about acknowledging what you're thinking, right? Not backing down from the subconscious mind, but really acknowledging it, right? Accepting it, whatever it is, right? Hello, Angie. Accepting it, and then beginning to reframe it into something different, right? Slowly. So maybe, like, if we go from I'm not enough to I am enough, that may be a big leap, right? So that's why we always want to go from like a negative to neutral, right? So if I'm not enough is, let's see, if the negative is I'm not enough, right? We would go into the neutral, right? I recognize that it's possible that I'm more than what I believe, right? And why are we doing all of that? Why not just skip? Because it's really about getting the subconscious mind to agree. So my subconscious mind, right, is developed based off of experiences, perceptions of those experiences, beliefs, and core beliefs. So if I'm rewiring that, right, I can't just jump into I'm enough. Sometimes you can, and it'll work well, but most of the time you want to get to neutral and then go. So I'm not enough. Then we get to, I'm loved, I'm accepted, whatever that is. And then eventually we can expand. It's really a deserving and allowing. A lot of us don't feel like we're worthy to receive more, right? And so when we receive more, we become uncomfortable and we sabotage it. Sometimes we also have difficulty expanding and owning our voice, right? Because previously our voice has been shut down or demonized or whatever. So we still carry a lot of that too. And it's also about detaching from external sources and really getting present. That's why I love this exercise in the morning, because it allows me to get clear for my day, right? So I'm not guessing, I'm not thinking, what about this or what about that? I'm like, okay, I really got to focus. I know what I'm thinking. I know what I'm feeling. I know what's happening right now. Right. Oh my God. Woo. Okay. Stayed up way too late. We started off, if you're just joining, we started off morning flow this morning. Very slow morning flow, let me tell you. Very slow. Because I stayed up way too late on Sean's live, talking and listening and all the things, right? So I definitely am going to have to schedule and plan a nap today just to be able to make sure my nervous system is protected. So make sure you do that if you stayed up. Like me. So we start off with our morning flow, 15 minutes of movement like we always do, right? Usually it's kind of whatever I'm flowing at the time, so shoulders, cat-cows, etc. Just nice, gentle. It's not a workout. It's really just to engage more movement from that sleeping position to the waking position. Then we do a 15-minute meditation. Really, we're just, right now, we're trying to, we're trying to open up, we're trying to allow, we're trying to be a vessel, right? We're trying to see, right? We're trying to examine what's going on, right? And then we start to sift and sort and sift and sort and sift and sort and kick out what doesn't work, add in what does work. We want to shift our limiting beliefs into more empowering beliefs, right? So then we journal. We set the intention of our day, right? So we timetable, which is choosing 3 to 5 tasks in a day, putting those tasks in there along with all of your other activities like your meal planning, meal prepping, all that kind of stuff. You want to prioritize yourself first, simply because people often self-abandon, right? And they forget their own priorities. And they do that for weeks and weeks and weeks and months and months and months and years and years and years. And it's really not healthy. So we're going to kind of slowly bring ourselves out of that habit, right? And a really good, again, empowering affirmation is, I am a sovereign being, right? I take from the line what is mine. I give back to the line what is not mine. I take from the line what is mine. I give back to the line what is not mine, right? Now, you still may kind of work through, right, different feelings that come up throughout the day. So that's why I tend to recommend you have 3 journals. You have a trash journal, which all your negative thought patterns go in, a treasure journal, which all your positive, your dreams pretty much go in, and then a day planner that you're going to kind of organize your day in. So those are the 3 journals that you really want to have: trash journal, treasure journal, and then of course a day planner. And that's just to keep yourself straight. Don't worry if you don't have all those journals, but it really can be helpful so that you can sift and sort through what you're feeling and what you're thinking, right? So our meditation today exactly was just that. It's like free consciousness. We're picking out a situation, we're picking out a circumstance, and we're just being with how we're feeling. We're starting to build that muscle of awareness, right? We're not trying to assign a whole bunch of stuff. Because there's no right or wrong, good or bad. It's just whatever, right? It's all your perception. That's what needs to shift. So it doesn't really matter who's right or who's wrong. It's more so how you felt at the time, and then how you want to feel. So it's a bit of a process. So, all right. Yay. All right. Well, I think we completed our morning flow. As sloppy and sleepy as we did it. And so we always start our mornings like this, Monday through Friday, with our morning flow. Today is Thursday, January 15th. Welcome. You made it, right? And so now that we're here, January 15th, right, we're going to greet the day. We're going to be excited about the day. We're going to be grateful for the day. Gratitude is one of the higher frequencies that we can have, right? We also want to make sure we honor ourselves for the day, drinking plenty of water. I did not drink enough water yesterday, so I want to make up for that today, right? Getting good rest, right? Eating healthy food, including protein, fruits and veggies. These are all things that hopefully should be on our priority list for the day, right? So that we're prepared. I'm actually going to make a nice soup stew right? My husband was going to come home last night. I would have made a soup stew for us last night, but he stayed down the hill or down the mountain last night. So, because he didn't want to come back home and deal with all of it, it's too late. So I'll probably make that today. So I'm going to get started on that when I jump off of here. Probably call my husband, see what's going on, and then I got to go get my driver's license today, but I'll be bopping around. Today in the afternoon, we'll be teaching about core beliefs. Hit the bell. I'm not quite sure exactly what time I'm going to be back. I'm thinking around 2 or 3, but definitely check it out. Hit that bell and subscribe so that when I turn back on. But yeah, I'm thinking around 2 or 3. Remember, all of my holistic education classes are recorded, so you will get them on the YouTube if you didn't catch it live, right? Then you can kind of watch it. And today we're talking about core beliefs. Yesterday we talked about beliefs. Now we're going to get into the core of who you are and how you determine that and all those things and what you do with those, etc. So we'll have a good conversation about that. So I'll be excited about that later today. And then I have some patients and got some other work I have to do. So it'll be a good day. I'm going to make it a good day. And I think you should make it a good day too. Right. If you need a little bit of energy boost, instead of coffee, drink lots of water, drink some electrolytes, right? A little bit of vitamin C just to keep your immune system in check, which can be really helpful. And minerals. Minerals will keep you more awake, more alert. The brain runs off of minerals. So your trace elements, right? So like your magnesium, chloride, those sorts of things, potassium. Those are all really helpful for the brain. Try to stay away from your herbals for brain, just because they have a lot of interactions. Really just stick with the nutrition, right? And feeding our brain healthy fats, right? Amino acids, healthy protein, etc. So make sure that we include that throughout our day, right? If you're fasting, right, you want to condense your feeding window. If you're not fasting, right, then you want to make sure that you eat consistently every couple hours. So eventually, a cup of lemon water is not going to keep you hydrated that much. It's half your body weight in ounces in water is how much you have to drink in a day. So a cup isn't really going to hydrate you per se. It's just going to like start to fill the tank up. It's not actually going to fill the tank up. It just starts the process of filling the tank up. All right. Woo. I may lay down for like an hour just to like power nap it out. Yeah, 24-ounce water bottle is really good, or 32, 24 or 32. And so I know if I do a 32, I'm going to fill it up maybe like 3 or 4 times, right, throughout the day. So I have that going, right? No, Gatorade is horrible because of all the FDIC, food dyes, additives, and colors in it, right? So we don't need that. You can do like sea salt in water, like a pink Himalayan sea salt in some water. That can be helpful, right? Yeah, especially, so hydration is a thing if you have difficulty like wanting to feel. Like if you don't want to feel, you're going to avoid water because water conducts all that, right? You're like it's not going to be the vibe. So a lot of times what I do is I will be conscious of the fact I need to drink water, and I'll say, I love how I feel when I drink my water. I love how I feel. I love how I feel. And I'm just affirming, right, to myself, I love how I feel, right? Yay, I'm so excited. I love how I feel. And that mental affirmation. I'm a very visual person too, so I have to see it. So if the bottle's chilling and I see it, I go, okay, I need to drink it, right? Or I have bottles that are like marked like 7 a.m., 9 a.m. I love those because I don't have to think. I go, by 7, I need to make sure I drink X amount. By 9, I need to make sure I drink X amount, right? By 11, I need to make sure. So that way it keeps it going. And there's also things like alarms on your phone and all sorts of business. So lots of hydration. Also throw some magnesium citrate in your water. And in addition to electrolytes, magnesium citrate really helps. We use it. It's bioavailable, so it really absorbs. But it's really helpful for dehydration, like chronic dehydration, and it will get like some of those air bubble pockets out of your GI tract. So if you've got any of those kind of air bubble pockets that are kind of sifting around, sorting around, use a little bit of magnesium citrate. It's the little liquid stuff that you can get over the counter. Just like swig it. You don't want to like drink the whole thing because then you'll just evacuate. But, just a little bit every single day, right? That can be helpful, along with electrolytes, along with some amino acids. That should be a good kind of pick-me-up for the day. Minerals especially. Yeah. So we'll get it together. Yeah, of course. You're very welcome. Ooh. I can't even believe Black is Beautiful. You're still awake. I'm like, morning flow. Here will flow with me. Flow with me in bed. I know, I am too. I'm going to take a little power nap, I think, after this. I think I'm going to just like lay back down for like an hour, not push myself, honor myself, and go, okay, I'm going to lay down for like an hour and then pull it together. So I'll be on later teaching about core beliefs. So I'm not good enough is a core belief, by the way. I had that one. I'm not worthy is a core belief. I'm not important. Core beliefs are really deep within the subconscious mind, and they're actually part of our identity. So we have to be careful with them, and we'll embody them. So there's that. All right, cool. Sweet. All right. Oh, hey, guys. Bonjour. Ça va? Hello, strawberry cake. All right, cool. I'm going to lay back down for an hour and just kind of get my brain back right, reset. Yeah, I will totally go back to sleep. Yeah, I totally want to hear, though, what happened, because I like fell asleep on the live, and then, you guys are saying all kinds of crazy stuff happened afterwards. So, yeah, Sean's lives are so wild. Like, they're so wild. Yes, so wild. Yes. I think they feel really safe in his space. I think because he's sensitive, so he's like allowing. So they get real interesting in his space, I notice. Yeah, real interesting. So, yeah, and it's everybody I notice, like not just the white, like everybody's real fresh and new in there. Like people love to tell him what to do and how to run his space. And I'm like, no, like what in the world is all this nonsense? This nonsense that's happening. This is crazy work. Insane. Totally insane. So, it's so weird. I know. Colonizers want to colonize. What can I say? Hopefully they seem like they're grappling back and forth with the app. Hopefully we've made enough noise. So Biden looks like he wants to kick it to Trump. Trump obviously wants to make a deal. So who only knows what's going to happen. But we will find each other, and we will gather, and we will communicate, and we will do all the things. But for now, I'm going to go run and take a little bit of a nappy nap. I will see y'all later. I'm going to call my husband, see what he's doing, see if he's going to come home today. And yeah, that'll be good. Try to head over and I know I definitely don't want Elon, and I don't want Trump either. Like then, like he's got Truth Social, like let him Truth Social. Like I just, it's such a scam. America's such a scam. Such a scam America is. This like idea of freedom, but not really freedom. You know how it is. So, all right, I'm going to go take a little nappy nap. I'll see